breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded.
Hello guys, good afternoon.
So you can see
Hi Mr. Reality. Hi Godwits. Dobry Andre. Eric Zhang. How are you guys? You know, this stream is gonna be very short, fast, and I open up for any questions. Before that, right, I have to do this. I have to jam up my research. I just have to get this done with, but you know, up to today, I've yet to jam up a research that costs more than 100k gems. So let's do this together. Honestly, this is not really the best way to do it. What's the drama with the old Zhao? Where do you guys hear about the news about the ZAO? I don't understand. The Zhao is still the same good Zhao. High runish player. Yep. Still the same one. So I guess there's no difference. We have 7 minutes left. By 7 minutes, I have to jam up my troops. Hi Adrian HH. Alright, let's do it. So, if you guys have any question, right? Feel free to message me. As long as it's something that is within my means of answering your question, I will do so. Can be any question that I can answer, except for something that's confidential or within my management restriction, then maybe I cannot answer that. Other than that, I will answer you. Alright, I think there's only 5 more minutes, so let's do it. Is Zhao recruiting? Yes. If you... But first of all, right, I'm not the recruiting diplomats at all. So always message this guy over here. SG Lambo and Virtue 888888. So just message them. They do a screening phase, right? Because the thing is, nowadays there's so many opposing guild. They always want to come in to be so-called as a spy, to counter back and know who and who is offline or online to rally on against you. So that's the reason why there's always like 2 people to do a screening phase. And oh, I'm the scholar again. Thanks. I really need that. Thank you if you're watching my stream. So let's do it. What's my troop count? All I can say is a rally trap status. Much better than a big rally trap status. The exact troop count? No, I can't say that. Okay. Okay, you know, to honestly, normally it's not that advisable for you to jam up your troops, jam up the research like this, because if you jam up, right, you're using up 100 OK gems. It's always better to use up like at least 80% of the research that you have, right? 80% of the research you need to have. Leave a bit of like few days just in case you need for short time phase gem up. So I'm gonna use up a bit, and the rest I will use it at gem. Let's do it. It feels so painful to you waste gems like this, but fuck it. Okay, so this is gonna be a very simple Hall of Fame question. The first Hall of Fame question is, based on the points I had over here, 4.5 million, right? Do you think I will get top 80, top 70 for this hell event? Whoever got the closest answer of my exact ranking for this hell event will be in the Hall of Fame. You just jam your army defense 10. Oh, I see. But before that, right? Do I still have the scholar title? Okay. Since I still have this scholar title, right, as well as my research 20% boost, I think this is the best timing to click on for the next expensive research, which is the Army Defense 2. I don't have the resources, but fuck it, just use it. You know, all these resources is a matter of time that you can build up again, so it's not really a issue. Especially if you are in an active guild that commands you to at least have one level 3 of monster being monster hunting, right? You should be able to get all these packs quite easily. Except for the food. The food is a bit painful, but fuck it, just use it. Okay. So research scholar title as well as research boost, so I think it's more than suffice. You have to precise. Top 10 is not enough. So top 10 you mean position number 10? Okay. W 65 out of 80. Okay. If it's out of 80, there's no Hall of Fame question anyway. God 46, rank 40, 69. Hi Vukasan Kasit. Rank 32. Okay. When attacking, alright, we have the first question for today. Well, I guess this is quite a good question, because it's something that I can break it down and share with all of you guys when learn together. So when attacking, right, only regarding net kills, if you don't have a full T4 match, is it better to send 230k T4 or 230k T4 plus 20k T3s? I guess this question has been asked a few times, especially people within my guild. This actually very much applies for darkness, right? Because the thing is, if you are attacking a typical rally, a typical be a fort, a castle, right, this should not be even a question in the first place. Because the thing is, the objective of hitting a castle, a rally trap, is to send as much troop as possible to kill off as many troops as possible in the castle itself. So net kill is not the priority. But let's say you're talking about darkness, net kill is very important. So if that's the case, right, you must know that this answer varies depending on what kind of troops you're sending. For example, recently I did a darkness against this level 24 essence, right? Look at this. The way I send troops, we have 1.8 million T4s. If we were to send the remaining 400k, that will be 300 plus 200, 500k missing capacity to be T3s, right? There's a chance that you might lose, because T3s the morale will drop very fast because you're using T3s. So I would say, if let's say you are sending against a turf that you're countering, right, it's okay to send T3s a bit, but not too much. The benchmark is around 10%. Anything above 10% of T3s within your troop rally, right, you will jeopardize your whole entire morale. So it's something that you guys have to put in perspective. Oh no. Let's see whether I get a rank 30 and below. Whee! Rank 24! Rank 24 is bad. I guess it's very difficult to get rank 1. Honestly, what I want is at least the top. In fact, only the top 3 ranks will be the one that actually adds a bit more value. Other than that, it's horrendous. Because after rank 3, right, you're not getting any jewel boxes and stuff like that, right? So it's kind of pointless. But at least I'm getting a bit of energy that I can utilize in future Phantom Nights. So it's not that bad after all. So okay. Let's do this. I have some packs over here. And for my gears, right, this piece of plaque rings is just, I would say, 4 plus 6 greens. 6 greens away from a gold corrosive toxin. But this is still far away. My main hand is slightly above. Alright, my main hand is just 1 heart away, 1 gold heart away, and 1 gold blazing ember away. So let's see whether can we get this. Let's don't care the rest because the rest is crappy. Heresy. 1 is more than 5 equal 20 army attack, health equal defense. Is this correct? Sorry, come again. I don't quite get your question. I did level 10 army attack and got like 96, so that's pretty good. Oh, might be true. I guess it's just the time of the day. Because if that day is a day where the hour is, you're competing against all the high level guilds, then it's going to be very tough. Oh, that sucks. How many embers do you need for Mythic Lunar Flute? Mythic Lunar Flute is just like this, right? Let's see. Mythic Lunar Flute is just... Whoa! That's expensive. You need 3 blazing ember. Personally, I would not invest in this unless I'm a guy that is more a farm view kind of caster. I don't involve in any rallies or solo attacks. Then I will invest my Mythic Ember, my Blazing Ember on this kind of research gears. Other than that, you should always be saving your Blazing Ember for items like this. Winter Mitts, Firewall Plate, which needs at least 7, stuff like this. Start saving on them, because all this will play a very big part in the long run. As long as you are not the gold champ caliber, you want to have a decent gear that can fight against most of the rally casters there. You should never use up your Blazing Ember in that manner. It's not going to be useful. Okay. Can you imagine a Southeast Asia alliances? Wow. That will be sick. In fact, Southeast Asia is most of the best guild, right? Is in the Southeast Asia region. For example, let's see, we have Singapore, Vietnam. Vietnam, few of them is quite good as well. But the thing is, China is not within Southeast Asia category, so those big guilds, CTK, etc., right, we stand very low chance because they are so much better than us in all the different way. It's gonna be very bad. So, God's Wish, you're asking, one army attack is greater than or equal to 5 army HP, 20 and 20% army is equal to 5 army HP. Okay. With regard to this question, let me go back to the video that I did at least 7-8 months ago. And that video is called Army versus HP versus Defense. I think this is no foreign for most of you guys because I have been showing case to you guys what is this all about. Basically, right, from this testing, right, I concluded that 1 point of defense, 1% of attack, right, is actually 5.21 times better than 1 point of defense, and so forth for attack versus health. So if you make them into stats perspective, right, this is the points, like the strength points that's allocated to them, right, which means attack versus health is around like 1.73 times better. Some say it's 2 times, but so be it. But based on my calculation and my testing, it's 1.73 times better. So it's not gonna be so my 5 prints already mentioned that this is not 100% accurate, but it's by and large, it's very, at least 90% accurate for you to rely on, and can use that as a basis for you to do some reliance of what kind of gears you should use and what kind of gears you should avoid, stuff like this. So back to your question about this, 1 army attack is greater than or equal to 5 army HP. So use the points. So army attack, army HP, right? So army HP is equivalent to 3 times, because it's army HP. You are incorporating all the, assuming, right, in a typical battle whereby you involve all the troops that will be hit, right? This is assumption number 1. Then you have to multiply by 3. But that's the way of how I calculate the points. But the thing is, there's always instances where you mention, okay, let's say it's only 1 troop type being hit. Then again, army HP, the points will not be that comparable against army attack, because you only can utilize one side of this army HP, which is only multiplied by 1. But for the case of just computation purposes, right, I will incorporate all 3 army HP: army infantry, infantry, cavalry, and range. So that will be this times this is 9 points. 1 point army attack is this times, so it's 15.6 3 times. So we've got the question right. That will mean that 1 point of army attack, same, it's always 1.73 times better. Not including China, we Southeast Asia, what? We Southeast Asia against them, that is a bit sick, to be honest. Because if you look at the lineup of all the best guild in Lots Mobile, right? Let's see. Honestly, I have yet to do a direct comparison of who, what, who, etc. Right? But let's see. RH7 I think is all the China. Yeah, China. BRR is Tata. Actually, BR is from what country? I also don't know. 不知道啊。HEK, okay, CTK is from China. HEK is from what country? I'm also not sure. Maybe is BFP. I think China as well. BFP is China. Sky is China. In fact, most of them are China. Come on. Oh no. SGK is IGG. Okay, look at them. Most of them are China. 中国人啊. There's no way you're gonna win them, honestly. Okay, other than that, oh, finally we have Singapore, the first Southeast Asian country over here. And what else? This one I think is this is German guild, but this German guild is only Wilco is a decent gear, but it's not even a tier 2 gold champ, so it's not really comparable, so no comments. But I guess Southeast Asia guild, there's a lot of Singapore, Malaysian, Vietnam, Thailand, some of them Indonesia guilds, right? I think they are quite good. B2W is a mixed country, yes. So there's so many that is very good out here. So CTK alliance with Sky, you quit. I guess you're not the only one that will quit. You know the game is interesting is because there's a balance of the superpower, right? Can you imagine if, let's say, all the best guild out there, they were to like become alliances, then this is no longer a fun game at all. No longer a fun game. Wait. What? The last Emperor War? CS Plus owned CTK Sky Urgio. Because CTK Henry, I think his objective is to push forward CS Plus. Actually, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think it's because there's so many alliance out here that was assisting and pushing CK Plus to be the this emperor, I guess. And Sky, no doubt he lost. Look at this. Although he lost, we have the first ever Mythic Emperor piece over here. Mythic Imperial Bulwark. You know, yesterday I gone through this thing, right? To upgrade to a mythic level of Emperor gear. You need this. Check this out. Can you guys see this? It's a bit small, but I guess it's more than enough for you to understand what is this all about. This is just a piece of an Emperor weapon, right? So from this Emperor weapon, the mythic level Emperor weapon, I'm able to know what is the stats like for this Imperial Bulwark. Because this IGG mechanics has stayed consistent throughout, so this is actually 40% upgrade of the typical Gold Emperor Sword. So which means Imperial Bawak, this gear over here, the stats is something like this. Let's see if I have this. Imperial Bawak, the stats is 49%, 49%, 49% army attack, 42% army defense, 42% army HP, as well as 7% army defense debuff. Wow, that's sick. And means Sky Urgio has successfully cleared off 30.72 million of T4's Q. I personally think that it's not really Qs, it's more like a wounded plus Qs, as long as it is in the rate is part of the wounded and Qs, that would be part of the equation for the points. That is the reason why, if you look at let's do a quick calculation. Right? So based on stats, right? Based on stats, one Mythic Ember will cost you 120k. Alright? So assuming based on what we saw over here, which is this thing, this gold piece, you need 1 gold. So 1 gold means 256, right? In case you guys don't know, okay, one gold piece of Mythic Ember will take, you need 4 epic, and 4 epic means it's another 16 rare. 16 rare is equivalent to 64 uncommon. 64 uncommon is equivalent to 256 common. So this 256 common is needed. So 256 multiplied by whatever points that you need over here, right? So it will take you 30.72 million. So you have to effectively queue off 30.72 million. But 30.72 million, right, assuming a battle of like 12 hours, on average for him to be able to get this much of queues, let's see every hour what are the queues that he needs. Let's see whether it is realistic or not. So he commit 12 straight hours, right? So every hour he has a queue of 2.56 million. Huh? That is a lot. That is a lot, seriously. Wounded not counted, I think I've read it somewhere. Maybe you're right. I'm not too sure. So it's up for discussion, and I'm not going to give a conclusion and say that is the case. But let's assume this first. Every hour he has to queue off 2.56 million of T4s. But is that logical or not? Because if you look at this, right, in a typical battle, let's use a real example. When eyes were hitting like a truck back then, let's see. You know, in a typical battle like this, wait, is this even a... Okay, let's give a very simple example. This example over here. S9S Inca, okay, a typical battle, right, between two big guilds is somewhat of a caliber of Ice as Inca. Okay, so assuming it's only 2.375 million, I'm sure it's already 2.875 because it's additional 500k, right? But let's use this as a reference point first. Typically a battle will be like this, and Ice, assuming every hour he hit like a truck, the Q from Ice is somewhat around 134k. So 134k is a very ideal scenario of him winning every time. So if you use 134k, which means this, how many 134k battle he needs to hit in an hour? he need to have 19 successful, up to 20 successful hits. 19 to 20 hits, that is so perfect timed, and always having a Q of around 100 plus K. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Because you have to incorporate the fact that it's no longer 2.375 million. It's now 2.875 due to this introduction of this research. Alright? This thing. So the rally size is bigger, everything, so the losses will be much more, everything, the kills will be much more as well. So I guess in just one Emperor fight, assuming that every 5 minutes he sent troops, clashing every single time, alright, and having an average Q of 134k, right, then it's possible to hit enough Qs of 30.72 million. It's possible, but that is based on a lot of assumptions. Come on. And people could be feeding as well. People could be feeding as well. So it's something that I'm not too sure. 1 point is equal to per Q. This is something that, you know, IGG, when they always mention, when they talk about Qs, right, or dates, right, it's something that we should not jump a step ahead and say this rate dates. Occasionally they actually meant by wounded. For example, if you look at how our Qs over here, right, look at this. This is a very good example of what IGG meant by Qs. Troop Qs over here says 119 million, but this is effectively not the Qs. This is actually inclusive of the woundeds and the raid dates. A very good example is this guy over here. That guy who recently faked up his Qs all the way to 4+ billion. Am I right? What the shit? Yeah, every time you got a point. So there's a very high chance that the Q is much better, much more. So it's not really 130 plus K, can be 200k, maybe 300k, I don't know. So yep, that could be the reason why that Sky Urge is able to push that Imperial Bawa all the way to Mythic gear in just one Emperor War. Oh, you mentioned the troop sent to Infirmary won't be counting? Oh. Well. Thanks for the heads up. Where do we get this information from? I will take this. I will bear this in mind. So if that's the case, we got a way different formula. Oh, so which means possible 2.875 is because of occasionally it's not only this thing over here. This thing over here, this example is a very balanced kind of hit. But let's say if Sky Urge hit in a manner that is very painful, right? It's against more noob troops. 134k cute. Let's see. So actually that's not much. That is you have to apply a discount factor. Yeah. You need to apply a discount factor. But who cares? Which means he is able to do so. What is the hell even now? Okay, look at this guy. $4.8 million. This is the current update. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I did an update of this guy, right? He's not 4.8 million. Let's see whether he... You know IGG, right? One of these days... This is gonna be very, very painful. IG is gonna clamp down on this guy. It's a matter of time. So, wait. Let me prove something that this something wrong. Wait. Where is this thing, where did I put that thing? I can't remember where I put the calculation anymore. Hi Vietnamese, how are you guys? Okay, you know, I've done this few times before, so let's update this guy. This guy has 14.2 million might destroy, right? 14.2 14.2 million might destroy, and his Q count is now 4.8 million. 4.8 1 2 3 1 2 3. But the Qs over here the enemy troop wounded over here is 4.638. 4.638 1 2 3 1 2 3. So out of this 4.8 million troops queued, right, 96.63% go into the infirmary space. Alright? That doesn't make any sense. Which means all these queues, right, 90%, 96% are wounded instead of red deads. Which means only one thing. He set up his camps again and again, hitting the T1s, heal the T1s, refresh, do it again and again. So all you need is one account full of T1s and full of infirmary space, hit it, rinse and repeat. That is so smart of him. So that sucks. What is the power of every troops? I think I've gone through this few times before. The power of each troops. You can run your own testing. You can run your own testing. But if let's say based on damage per se, right? You have a video of hitting camps. Based on the damage per se. This is a bit confusing, just bear in mind. Based on damage per se, backline damage per se, it'll be something like this. Which means T2s is like 2 times to T1s. T3s is like 3 times to T1s. This is 4.5 times to T1s. But this is not taking into account of them hitting clash head to head on the typical battle. Because if let's say you set up troops, right, camps, right, exactly the same stats hitting against each other. Let's say 1000 T1s against 2000 T1s against 1000 T2s. You'll notice that is not the case anymore, because the strength, you have to incorporate the fact of their own HP, their own defense, and damage is not the only criteria for you to compute that equation. So that again, you have to recompute a different formula, which should do a discount factor of you doing this another formula, another testing. You put up camps of maybe a defender of 1000 troops against an attacker of another attacker. You find an equilibrium point, and that equilibrium point will be the basis of you computing what is the equal strength comparative to this. So I did this testing many months ago. So I hit the equilibrium point for this attacker. Everything will be the same feelings, same troop type, same troop, same fury, same stats, consistent throughout the whole testing. So this equilibrium point has been done at 187 to hit 1000 troops. Then I find out how much T-force is needed to replicate the same result of getting the same 0 net Q. So 0 net Q is 104 for T-force. Again, I reach the equilibrium point. Then I push it to T2s to find out what is the equilibrium point again. 339. Then T1s, what's the equilibrium point? So from all this result, you'll be able to know what kind of apple to apple comparison of, let's say they clash towards each other. How are they going to flare, and what is the equivalent amount of troops to be replaced such that the net Q is 0. Alright, this is another way of testing the troops, but the result is a bit different in terms of damage, because this is incorporating the fact that they are being hit and having their HP and defense coming into the equation. This is very cheap lah, forget it. I guess I gone through a lot of things, so I will keep it short because I want to take a break. Wait, what is the event now? Watcher? You know, I don't really need a Go Watcher anymore because my Watcher is ready to go. It's ready to go. And I have 22 extra Watcher medals, and I just want to accumulate this because the thing is, in future, you never know when IGG will want to push forward a Mythic level Watcher. So, on hindsight, you might regret it. So might as well start stacking up all the medals that you can have. You'll be surprised. So many months, years ago, no one will expect a Mythic level. Right? No one will expect this. Right? No one will expect a 4th slot as well. Right? No one will expect so many things. So I won't be surprised there will be a Mythic hero. Then you'll be like cursing yourself, why didn't I save up enough Watcher medals in the first place? So start collecting them. Don't give up on them. Mythic troops, I won't be surprised as well. T5 is one of them. Okay, so I guess I gone through a lot of things, some queries as well as some update of this royal thing, right? Of Sky Urge having the first Mythic gear, and it's based on 30.72 million Qs. Since 30.72 million Qs is not wounded as what you all mentioned over here, troops sent to infirmary do not count, which means he really need 30.72 million raid dates of T-force. That is hell lot of thing, and actually it's possible based on the virtue of this thing, right? 30.72 million raid dates, right? Which means every hour he need to queue off 2.56 million. So every hour he need to queue off. This means on average, let's say every 5 minutes, sorry, make it easy, every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes he got one battle, right? Every battle is every rally he need to queue off around like 400 plus T4s. It's not, I don't say it's not possible, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible to do so. Every rally, this guy had to queue off 426k of T4s, red dates. It's still possible. Okay, that's all folks. This is a 40 plus minute stream. Hopefully this will add some value in your insights of this lots mobile thing. And lost 1.5 billion might. What the shucks? Yes man, you have to sell also to get Mythic troops. Holy. Alright, with that I will end my stream. Hopefully I'll be back again to do some real content, as in content of zeroing rallies, etc. So goodbye, good luck, and have a great Sunday weekend. Alright, bye.